I'm Jennifer Sciullo, and I'm here with Esther Tarpaga of Baker-Tarpaga Dance Project. This week marks the first day of their week-long residency here at the theater. And Esther, I wanted to ask you some questions about your piece. So it's Beautiful Struggle, so I'm going to ask you to just give us a little bit of details about it, what people are going to see.
Okay. Well, the word beautiful struggle comes out of a project I've been doing, researching the history of whiteness and white privilege, and white blindness, as in race white. And then it's kind of revamped to a larger than that scale. It's now more about individual histories and the complexity of our ancestors and this current time we're living in the Obama era, and also layers of personal reflection with being in an interracial couple and having a daughter who's mixed but is actually seen as black where we live in Ohio. So I'm kind of thinking about race in a lot of layers, but then I'm also drawing from the individual performers' histories and their stories. And so it's becoming a little bit more abstract. But the initial basis was that, and in my solo, which happens at the beginning, there's this text of a white anti-racist, Tim Wise, that we're using that kind of setting up the piece. But then I think there's a lot of ways of entry that you can enter into the piece through the music and the dance, and it's a little bit more abstract than just this theme.
Talk a little bit more about what folks are going to see in terms of the dance and in terms of the music, because we've had a chance to see you guys on stage a little bit this morning, and I think that there's some really interesting things that are going on here. Well, let's start with the music, okay. Actually.
Well, the music, we have Olivier Tarpaga, my husband and collaborator. He's the musical director of this piece. He and Flatche Dembele are composing. Olivier and Flatche are originally from Burkina Faso, West Africa, and the instruments that they are playing are the djembe drum, the kora, which is a string instrument, the acoustic guitar, but it's like an African blues style, and then Flatche is also a griot, which means he's born into the singing and music tradition in his country, and he also sings a lot in this piece. And then there's also calabash, which is a gourd, like it's kind of a big pumpkin, and they cut it in half. Anyway, and Olivier plays that also. Yeah. And Olivier is also probably going to dance in it. And they get up. In a lot of our work, we work with live music, and we have the musicians integrated on the stage as well, not just sitting and playing. Yeah. So that's something that we do. You'll see that.
It's wonderful. I know. I've liked what I've heard so far. And how many dancers came with you for this project?
There's 3 dancers, well 4, Olivier, but he's more at the music, but he's doing some dance. Abigail Zivakowski, who is currently doing her MFA at Ohio State University, and who also is based out of Philly. And Logan Vaughn, who just graduated from Ohio State University, and she's off in the world. And I'm performing also.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So the performance is on Friday at 1:30, Friday, July 15th at 1:30 and at 8 p.m. as part of the Celebrate East Liberty Summer Series, and we're going to have a really good time here in the theater throughout the week and on Friday as well. So thanks so much, Esther.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks so much.